Who's in the middle of killing the very last chicken shit running his fucking neck? The space chicken. And Kurt's just like, oh God, Jesus. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I also wanted to let you know that not only do I create content here on Class in the Glass, but I also stream content on my Twitch channel, Mr. Revan7. I play single-player games, multiplayer games, and I also do movie reviews and cartoon reviews as well. I also want to encourage you to check out my Patreon, Class in the Glass, where I offer audio commentaries, full reactions for movies, and also the ability to submit questions for my video casts and podcasts. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and enjoy the video.
We interrupt this program to bring you Courage, the Cowardly Dog Show, starring Courage, the Cowardly Dog!
Anyway, Chapo, now we got to go ahead and get to this review. As I said before, the scene by scene breakdown of Courage the Cowardly Dog, the pilot episode, chat. Before the series eventually made its debut in 1998, chat. The series is 22 years old. That's fucking nuts. I remember watching this when I was a kid. I remember even watching the pilot, chat, when they had that, like, it was like that anthology series where they would show all these shorts of shows that could potentially get, you know, their own series on Cartoon Network. Like, I saw so many, like, you guys probably remember these too. Like, the first short of Powerpuff Girls was on one of these, chat. Powerpuff Girls. Obviously, Courage the Cowardly Dog. There were, like, a couple other ones. Even some versions of what would later on become Family Guy, chat. Funny enough, like, Seth MacFarlane did a short where it was basically Brian the dog is the main character, and you had Peter Griffin as, like, this old man, like Mr. Magoo. You remember this shit, chap? But, yeah, that was, like, one of them, and then eventually that evolved into Family Guy. I just, like, Jesus Christ. But that's why I mentioned, that's when I first saw Courage the Cowardly Dog, and it fucking freaked me out as a kid, because I saw, it was 1996, so I was, what, 6 or 7? Probably 7 when I first saw this, 6 or 7 years old, chat, and I just remember, like, it made me uncomfortable. It made me feel weird because of just the violence in it. And me not really like, oh my God, are these people, did that guy just die? Did that man just die? Did those fucking chickens, did they all, like, get their necks, like, run by that alien, just choked to death? It's asphyxiated, chat. Like, it made me feel uncomfortable. And that's why I think Courage overall, it heavily, you could tell, heavily influenced by Ren and Stimpy. Like so many other cartoons during the 1990s, chat. Like Ren and Stimpy, I mean, the creator, a piece of shit, obviously, but the show itself, the original series, right, not the one on MTV, had a huge cultural impact on animation for a very long time. You see in all sorts of shows. Obviously, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Invader Zim, maybe not in terms of animation, but in terms of writing and style and humor and sensibilities in that regard, personality, right? And Courage is one of them. Because, chat, like, this episode, it opens up, it establishes the elements of Courage, chat, where we are in the middle of nowhere, Kansas nowhere, chat, and we have this one lone house, chat, in the middle of this fucking barren desert, where Eustace and his wife, Muriel, live, chat. Eustace is a failure of a farmer, and, you know, Muriel, she's this lovely Scottish woman, chat. And they also happen to own a dog, a pink-colored dog named Courage, chat. And Courage, he loves Muriel. Muriel loves him. But fucking Eustace hates that stupid dog, chat. He despises him. And, you know, Courage, despite his name, he's a bit of a scaredy cat. A lot of things spook him, chat. Now, you understand why the series goes on. Like, why is this dog so fucking scared all the time? Even though he does become brave as he faces subsequent threats, chat. But he was fucking, we learned in the original series, he was abandoned. He was abandoned by his parents, his original owners, let the fucking die in an alley until Muriel comes upon him and takes care of him. And then that's all of his affection goes towards her. That's why he's so protective of her, chat. But his abandonment issues and his fear of that is the reason why he has this great fear and this PTSD throughout his entire life, chat. It controls him, but he has this one bright spot, which is Muriel, and that's why he always wants to take care of her, chat. It's actually a very dark origin story when you think about it, but we don't even know that yet, because the episode opens up, the fucking couple in the middle of their goddamn house in the middle of fucking nowhere, chat, and a little mouse just happens to scamper by, Muriel's rocking chair, and Courage is on his lap, just sees, like, oh my fucking God, it's a mouse! He just fucking panic, goes, Jesus Christ, and Eustace is like, stupid dog, he's just pissed, chat, and he puts on this giant mask, this giant green mask, and goes, ooga booga, and Courage is like, oh God, Jesus, he's terrified of it, chat, he can't stand it. By the way, the original a way to scare Courage. What they wanted to do in the original short and the series, chat, is to not have Eustace use an Ooga Booga mask or something like the green mask, chat. It was actually for him to use a shotgun, and a running gag for the series would have been Eustace trying to kill Courage. Like, he's constantly trying to shoot him while Muriel's not around to put him down. But the censors went, you can't, listen, we'll allow you to kill Eustace every other episode or just horrifically perform body horror experiments on him or to kill various other characters. But you can't have him trying to kill a dog. People love dogs, and they're right. They're right, chat. But that was the original joke, is Eustace was constantly trying to kill Courage, and that is in turn why you don't care what happens to Eustace throughout the series, because he's such a shitty person. That was the pitch, and so, but they're like, yeah, we can't do that. We can't have the guy trying to kill Courage. So Courage, he jumps off of Muriel's lap because he's scared, and he goes outside, chap. He sits on the deck, and he's like, well, it's safe out here. I'm not with Eustace and badgering me. I'm just going to kind of go to sleep, right here, and it's nice and warm. But then, chat, boom, a fucking UFO just lands in the middle of nowhere, and he goes, ah! He's scared, chat. He can't believe his eyes. And this thing, it opens up, chat, and a long fucking set of stairs comes out of the undercarriage of the saucer, chat, of the spacecraft. And what is walking down these steps, chat? Space chicken! It's a space chicken, and it's terrifying. Kurt is like, oh, fucking Jesus Christ. And he goes back inside the house. He's like, Muriel Eustace, you piece of shit. Fucking space chicken. They go, what? But even they're like, oh, shit. And they go outside, chat. UFO gone, space chicken not there. And he's like, but they were there. And Eustace goes, Ooga Booga, puts the mask on. Ooga Booga. Kurt's is like, oh, God. And he runs off. Chat. Muriel, though, looks at Eustace, and she takes a rolling pin and just starts beating him with it. Just starts beating him. He's like, don't you scare my fucking dog. He's like, okay. And they go back inside the house. Courage, he goes to the chicken coop, and he's just like, oh, jeez, oh, God. But then, Chad, he starts to hear something from the chicken coop. He goes, he's just like, it sounds like the chickens are choking. And he goes to the front of the chicken coop, and he goes in, and I forgot this is here, Chad. But in the chicken coop are just dead chickens, chat. They've all had their necks run. They've all been choked to death and asphyxiated, chat. They've been choked so hard that their heads are nearly popped off their bodies, chat. And who's in the middle of killing the very last chicken, shit? Running their fucking neck. The space chicken. And Kurt's just like, oh, God, Jesus. And he says, oh, God, no, I can't deal with this. And all of a sudden, Kurt's just like, he's fucking panicking. And he tries to leave, chat, but then the fucking chicken coop door shuts. It shuts. He goes, oh, God. And Courage and the space chicken, they start fucking battling inside there. And the space chicken, he pushes Courage out of the way, opens the door, and slams it shut. And so Courage is stuck in there. He can't get there. Oh, no, before that happens. That's actually not what happens, chat. That happens in a bit. So what happens is Courage, he goes back to Muriel and Eustace, and he basically brings Muriel to the chicken coop where you go in and she's trying to show her all the dead chicken bodies. But the space chicken's just there. Muriel doesn't know. It's a chicken. And she pats the space chicken on the head. She reaches under his fucking, his taint, his chicken taint, chat, and she takes 4 space chicken eggs. And Kurt's like, don't eat those. He slaps her hand, and 2 of them fall on the ground. She goes, stop it, Kurt, stop it. You're being a bad dog. And she walks out, chat. And then we get the fucking battle between Courage and the space chicken. Space chicken, he bamboozles Courage, and he leaves, and he slams the chicken coop door shut. Meanwhile, Muriel goes back to the house, and Eustace is sitting at the dinner table. He went, I want my food. And she starts cooking some eggs and bacon. I guess it's the early morning. And the space chicken's like, here we fucking go, baby. This is exactly what we want to see. He's just excited about the situation, chat. Meanwhile, we come back to Courage, and he's just trying to get this fucking door open. He's using everything, chat. Using a fucking jackhammer, using dynamite, just won't work. So he manages to get all these sorts of explosive, chat, and blows the shit out of the chicken coop, nearly killing himself. But he has to do it for Muriel, chat. For Muriel. The things I do for love. And he goes after the space chicken. Meanwhile, Muriel has laid down a plate of space chicken eggs and bacon for Eustace. And he's like, fuck yeah. And he just starts eating it. He eats it, chat. He eats the space chicken. He's like, yes. Meanwhile, Muriel, she sits down, and she's about to eat her eggs, but then she sees Eustace, goes, oh. He's like, he's got the bubbly guts, chat. He's got the old man shits. And all of a sudden he goes, oh. It's like, she's like, what the fuck? And he's just like, he takes his eyes off. He's like, he's sweating profusely, chat. And his eyes have turned red. And slowly over time, he turns into, it's like a Brundlefly situation. It's like 1986 The Fly, chat, where he's slowly losing his mind and slowly becoming man and chicken combined, chat. He's a chicken man abomination. And Muriel's just like, what the fuck? And while this is all happening, chat, Courage, he fucking punches the shit out of the space chick, and he's like, stop fucking trying to kill us. And they get into a protracted battle, chat, of the wills. I mean, do everything from fucking arm wrestling to like the weird slap fight you did as kids, trying to hit each other's hands and stuff. But eventually what happens is, Courage, he beats him in enough various games, and he's like, all right, fucking pack your bags and get back to Mars, okay? And Picture's like, fuck you, dog. And he pulls out his laser gun. And he fires at Courage. But Courage, he thankfully uses, like, I think it's like a piece of metal or the suitcase, and it bounces off, like, some of the metal on the suitcase. And it goes around the world, and it goes around the world until it comes right back at the space chicken, and boom! He's fried to that shit. He squawks, he squeals, and he's literally cooked from the inside out, and he's dead. By this point, Courage is like, okay, he's fucking dead. I gotta get back inside the house. Meanwhile, Eustace is just about to kill Muriel, Chad. He's losing his fucking mind. He is more chicken than man at this point, and he's just about to really just maul her and tear her apart. It's like, oh my God, just laughing. And Courage is like, I'm sorry, Eustace. No, I'm not. I'm gonna fucking kill him. And he fucking shoots Eustace, Chat, and he fries him, and he turns to dust. And Muriel is just like, oh, well, I'm down to husband. Yay, insurance money, life insurance, hell yeah. And so Courage gets the rocking chair. She sits down. He pops up on her lap, Chat, and they're just having a good time rocking back and forth. Meanwhile, Courage observes the mouse early, and he's not scared of the mouse. He learned, like, I've overcome even greater fears than before. Fucking space chickens. One of my abusive owners, the abusive owner is now dead. I've overcome my fears, but the mouse, Chat. The mouse starts to eat the charred remains, Chat, the charred meat of one Eustace, Chat. And it, too, starts to turn to become a mouse chicken. And Courage goes, ice cream, Chat. And then we cut the credits. And that, my friends, that is the pilot episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Horrifying. Fucking horrifying. in hindsight, Chat. It's like, this, for kids, but a lot of death in there. One of the main characters died horrifically, went through body horror, Chat. But that's why it's pretty much a gateway for kids to horror. There's no doubt about it, Chat. But a very funny reduction, Chat. And I can't wait to talk about the rest of the series as we go on until we get to the proper start of the series show of episode 1. So Better Than Sex, hell yeah, Chris Ayers. It was a great episode.